Hi, brothers and sisters. I have a couple things that I'd like to share today. This first video will be a dream that I just had. It was me and three friends, so there was four of us, and we were in this club atmosphere. Well, it was a club. It was a very worldly atmosphere, I guess I should say, as clubs are. And we were walking around talking to different people. I looked over and I saw one of the four friends I'm sorry, it was three of friends, including me. So there's four of us. One of the girls that was with us was talking to this guy that I was in chorus with in high school named Stephen. Now, this part has dual meaning. Number one, I believe she was sharing the gospel with Stephen because Stephen came out as an openly gay young man in high school. Also, Stephen's name I'm sorry, it means wreath, crown, honor, reward. Uh, America and Greek uh, version of his name pretty much the same. Crown, wreath, victorious. So she was telling him, the gospel. So now all of a sudden the club is starting to close and we had to get out fast and I had no shoes on. So I'm trying to shove one of my feet into this red shoe and it wouldn't get on fast enough. I needed to get my shoes on quick. So I'm like, leave these red shoes behind. And I saw one of my friends putting on brown sandals. And then I had a pair of brown sandals right there as well. And they were easy to get on. These simple brown sandals were easy to just slip on and we just bolted to the door because I knew that we had to get out of there or we were stuck. Okay, so we ran and everybody got out the door. But out of the four of us that were together, the four, me and my three friends, there was one still left in there. She was the only one left in the club. And the door was cracked. It was about 2 or 3 inches cracked from being locked and not being able to open again. And she came and I could see her through the crack. And she started saying, "Let me out." And they let her out at the last minute. But then they shut and locked the door, and that was it. I knew in my dream the door would not be opened again. So the next part, we were going to load up in our car and leave, except this time it was just me. I got the feeling that they were coming, but at this point in the dream, it was just me. I was going to sit in the back seat behind the passenger seat. And I don't know the significance of this, but I remember saying in my dream, okay, I'm second in line. There's a hierarchy, and I'm second. And I remember being happy about that. Okay, and then in front of me on the front passenger seat was a square birthday cake. And I said, okay, if she doesn't want to hold that in her lap, I will be more than happy to hold it. I remember I actually wanted to hold this birthday cake. And then the dream was over. Now, I thought about this dream and I let the Lord bring to me some of the meanings and prayed about it. And what came to my mind is I remember back around 9/11, when the towers went down, and people were saying that that was actually Jesus's birthday. For a long time, I didn't know if I necessarily agreed with them, but when I started looking into some of these websites and how could the shepherds wouldn't have been out in the field in December, that kind of thing. And not just that, that's just a small minor detail, but all the evidence that people have saying that his birthday very well could have been on September 11th because the elites, what a slap in the face that would be to take something that was such a glorious day and turn it into such a horrible memory of the towers coming down. Anyhow, I just wanted to share that. You can go Google some of the things. I can't say beyond a shadow of a doubt if that's the case, but considering some of the teachings and the things I've read, it is very, very, very plausible. Now, let me do a quick recap. So we were in a club telling other people, and Stephen's name means given the crown of righteousness. He actually got out of the club, so I think that's good. But also, getting out of the club means we're leaving, going to get our crowns, possibly. You guys can help me out with this. Now, that door was shut, locked, and wasn't going to be open again. And then there was the birthday cake. Now, maybe there's something to do if this September 11th date has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not saying any dates. There could be a door being shut. Anything could happen. Only the Lord knows. But yeah, so the door shut. Oh, go back. I had to put on the correct shoes. Obviously, the red shoes, that wasn't going to be, part of it, but the brown simple shoes, almost like something that Jesus would wear. And then getting in the car, the birthday cake. So, yeah, there's my dream. Um, I did want to share that. So if anybody has any extra insight on it, I'm not necessarily sure what I was thinking in my dream. I'm second in line, that there was a hierarchy. Maybe it meant out of my friends. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being told to share. Brothers and sisters, Jesus is so close. He is so close. If you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, now's the time to accept him. You don't want to be left behind. And plus he loves you so very, very much. He wants you to come be with him. If you don't know him as your Lord and Savior, now's the time. And if you need a little help with a prayer, I'll put one down in the description box below.